and two-time Nebraska football national champion, Clester Johnson.
Yeah. Here we are with another exciting and explosive episode of WTF. We Talk Facts. Erick Strick here is in the building. Clester is remote there in Omaha today. We are excited to have him on stream as well as not Harrison Arns, who is the usual suspect on the show. Who's my partner?
What's up, my guy?
You're used to hanging out on the block. What's really going on?
You ain't got rid of me yet.
I can't get rid of my guy.
Can't shake me.
I'm
all video grill like Erick Strickland.
There he is. Class, you see it. They see it. Whisper. WTF to myself like 20 times every day. We hope to bring 20 times WTF every day. You get to see us only once in that time frame. We're going to allow a little bit of time for those to come in before we address that. But Clester Johnson, how are you, my friend? You've been quite busy. You've been doing some big and wonderful things out there with some travels.
Yeah, first of all, let me give a special shout out to Austin. Hey, man, you are, I hear nothing but good things about you. I don't know about replacing my man Harrison, but I know that you are a worthy replacement.
I'm just filling on this program. I understand my role. I will play my role, do my job, nothing more, nothing less.
And, obviously be ready to interject your opinion from time to time. We okay with that. We like the guy that's working the boards to hear his opinion too, because you guys all know your sports very well. You know about life. You got your life experiences. But as far as myself, Ian, let me just say, life be lifing. And
that's a fact.
I like to try to surround myself with some good, positive people who are moving in the right direction, like yourself. Because time waits for no one, baby. Time waits for no one. We got one life to live, and I like to live it positively.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Thank you guys always for joining us here on a Thursday. I mean, we get excited when we have the opportunity to tap in with y'all. We really do. I mean, it's a wonderful time, Clest, that you and I, who've known each other now for a lot of years since we were teens, you know what I mean? And to be able to come together and just enjoy this time. So these are things that we do when we just get together and we sit around, whether it be on the balcony, whether it be on the cigar lounge, or wherever it is. And the one thing that I've always loved about Cless is no matter where we've been, where we've gone in life, no matter how long we didn't talk, and we was on campus together at times and we hardly ever saw each other, but boy, oh boy, when we came back, it was like there wasn't a time or a minute miss. It was like it was just a continuation of everything. Absolutely. So we've been excited to, you're one of my best friends, man, and I'm grateful, man, that we get to do this together.
Much love. The feeling is mutual, my boy. Feeling is mutual.
We'll start off right now, and then we'll also finish it off because I want to tell you something. Go to, if you want, we would love for you guys to have your support. Go to theticketfm.com and click on the shop button. And after you clicked on the shop button, it'll take you to the shop section of 93.7 The Ticket, and go to host speciality. Host speciality. And then you can look down just there and you can find your own 93.7 The Ticket WTF shirts. Whichever one you want. There's different ones. There's the ones that we have on right there. You can find you one. But I'll say this. The first two that purchase one, Stricky will give you a signed Mavericks picture, and I'll add that in with the purchase, and they also have shipping and all that stuff, so that's all embedded into it. Go out and check that out. You can buy 2 for $40 or 1 for $25. We'd appreciate your support. It helps us to continue to do this wonderful work here at 93.7 The Ticket. On the show today, Cless, you know, we had some really good talks. We had some really good discussions on what we wanted to put together today. And today we want to talk about player success and how does it evolve and where does it come from? If you're a parent, and we know that, let's be honest, the words of the father of the child that's playing the sport, the encouragement of the mother in those who are playing the sport, we know that that's great. If you had a mother that played the sport at a high level, that impact and that word impartation that they have for them can be significant to that person. How high they went, where you've lived as far as your livelihood, the way that you lived. I can tell you that my son, my daughter had a little bit more, even though dad was there. Volleyball, I was able to play with her. It wasn't necessarily the sport that she could look to. She could just look to my success, but my son could. And so I really tried, Cless, to keep my son into what he wanted to go into, not to push him basketball just because I played basketball. I wanted him to explore where he wanted to go. And he decided to go football. And I had custody of him when he was with me. He was a dog, Cless. He was a dog, because, Stricky stayed on him a little bit. I did, what my dad did to me, I stayed on him. And then there was a period when he was 13, he wanted to go back with mom. And then I'd go watch his games out, in D.C. And and this is when I noticed the difference about what this topic is. I noticed that when I talked about him with mom next to me, I'd be like, that's trash. He's out there giving up the edge. You know what I'm saying? He was playing defensive end at the time. He's giving up the edge. She'd be like, oh no, he's doing fine. It's okay. I'm like, you know what? So there's that aspect, Cless, when you're talking about the greatness and the success of a father, that when the child comes behind, what does that look like when they're involved, when they're not involved? Let's talk about it a little bit. Break it down, because you're the father of sons that have had success, and you've had great success as well. So love to hear and understand. 402-464-5685. Are we on stream only right now? Yeah. So join us we're on stream. We're not on radio. So join us on the stream if you want to impact or have questions or thoughts concerning this topic today, where we're talking about how the children of successful mothers or fathers, what the impact is, to the child.
Let me put a little bit more clarity to it. We can give credit to the streamer who kind of was talking about that, where we got the idea from. His dad was Charles. What's his last name?
Smith.
Charles.
Played for the Clippers as well as for the Knicks, and he's the one that actually missed that. He missed the like kind of putback that would have put them in the finals. And they really killed him for that. But yeah.
So his son talked about, if you look at players in the NBA or the NFL, either they had a parent who was really heavily involved, like a LeVar Ball, or they had a parent that was absent, like LeBron James, or enter name, right, of multiple players in the NBA or NFL. So the topic today is, are those the only is that how players become successful? Do you have a heavily involved parent that's just driving you to AAU games, taking you to, 7-on-7 tournaments and just making sure you involved with everything? Or is it that parent they're not around, so that kid just has everything to fight for to be successful, because they have pain and agony for the lack of the support that drives them, right? And the thing I want to throw in on that, Eric, is there are some very good sources we can look to. Like if you look at Tiger Woods, right? I think it was very known that his dad was, I mean, he was on Johnny Carson as a baby button, right? Again, we bring up the Ball brothers and how when you look at LeVar Ball, he showed pictures of them when they were babies. Like, this is what they're going to do, right? Very driven parents. Then you have one of the best players in the world, even Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan said his dad was his rock. His dad was his support, him and his mom. They were big supporters of his. So it drove him to be successful. But there's a key element to this all, Eric. The kid or the athlete, whoever it is, female or male, they have to love it, right? They have to love it too, because you do have those parents out there who want it more than the kid. And that's when you know, when you can look and see those kids and you going, that kid don't want to be here. That kid don't want this. Mama and daddy want it more than they do. But the kid.
Right. But let me caveat and add this one thing, and I want you to answer it real quick. So when you're talking about that, it's normal in those situations where parent maybe have ascended to some level within that. So we know Tiger's dad did play golf and he was pretty good. Like there's an understanding that he was pretty good.
Steph Curry's dad did.
Curry's parents, good, right? So, but didn't really get to all-star level, didn't really go to the top levels, but was good, was solid. So it was an impartation, it seemed like, to push them beyond them. Now it's up to the kid, would you agree? But there seemed to be a push, because there's also that aspect of that, like the Michael Jordan, where they lived, and you can tell by just even some of the aftermath things of which Marcus Jordan has dealt with, some of the things that they dealt with. Yes, they ascended to the college ranks. They did okay, but there's a level of that entitlement, or that thing that I appreciate from my father that he didn't give me, right? Yes, I had a car when I was a sophomore, that most people didn't, but I actually had to earn it. I had to do chores. I had to do all kinds of stuff. I got grounded. I had to go out and work. I had to go to the commissary. So he created this grind in me, and didn't necessarily kind of coddle to the entitlement side. What say you on that? Is that something that happens, or is it something that hinders, so forth, like Shaq's kids or so forth? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Eric, what you're talking about are anomalies. Okay, so there are also some anomalies too. Like, Eric, I don't care what nobody say. You were an anomaly. All right. I put you in the same category as, say, like an Allen Iverson, right? Same category as, there are some players that it didn't matter what they did, they were going to be good. It don't matter what sport you just had to put them in there. There was a spark. Yeah. They already had that spark.
So there's some that just have it. It's just
there's some that just have it, and all it takes is just a little push. Just push them a little bit of support. They got it. Or they didn't really even need the support. They got it. But I feel like the overwhelming majority of kids who are successful probably had what we're not factoring in, Eric. Even the kids that don't have a dad or a mom that pushed them, they were supported by the hood or some good coaches, right? They had some peers. So, like, I saw Allen Iverson when he did his Hall of Fame speech. He said he didn't want to play basketball. He was a football player. He didn't want to play basketball. His mom wanted him to play basketball. He didn't want to play. He said the only reason why he played basketball is when his mom took him up there, he saw a bunch of his friends. They were playing. And then the coach pretty much adopted him, right? And encouraged him and became like that father figure. And I think that's what happens to a lot of even LeBron. You look at LeBron's story. his AAU coach kind of adopted him and made him feel like family. And I think that's what happens to quite a few players who don't have that push. Somehow, some way, they either have a youth friend or they get a whole, they go down to the community center, like Javonte Davis went down to the community center. Coach took an interest in him, cultivated his skills, and he ascended, right? But I always feel like, Eric, there's always somebody in all of their lives that had an interest in them. I just don't think you could do it alone. There was somebody along the way that
similar to like what, Jonathan Ogden? Was it Jonathan Ogden? Like from
I know you're talking about what's his name?
What was
that? The Blind Side.
I know we got it, Austin. We got
that was Michael Orr.
Michael
Orr, yeah. Michael Orr.
Sometimes you got to tap in with the resident encyclopedia over here.
Awesome. That was a movie, and I got it, by the way. That was a movie.
Blind Side. Yeah. See, somebody somewhere along the way took an interest in the player. Even Jimmy Butler. I know Jimmy Butler. I don't know if a lot of people know Jimmy Butler. He was adopted.
Right. Yeah.
He got adopted by a family. They took an interest in him, and they ascend. So I don't believe in self-made people. It's called help-made people.
Okay? So there's something about someone that had either touched you, embraced you, whether it be a coach, reached down, and just kind of gave you a little nudge, a little tug, a little love, because it's tough. It's a mental drain. I got to be honest. It was my dad. Like my dad was actually he was all conference. He was on the level. He was that guy. But here little Stricky comes and he ends up having to go to college and and has to go into the Air Force just to take care of his son. And he made that choice. And this is why, Clest, I actually retired. This is an inside scoop. You getting it fresh here. I actually retired because it was pressed upon me, Clest, that the same thing that my dad did for me, it was my time to do for my son. Because I had to make a choice. I had to say, I'm seeing him go one way. I needed to basically say, son, my dad did this for me. There's no way I can play this game, 40-something games on the road, 40-something games at home. I gotta let it go. And that was the thing I had to do. So even for him, even though he didn't end up playing, my son's 6'6", 260. I tried to give it to him. I brought him here to Nebraska, walked him around, tried to show him what it was like, what he had to do. And if he wanted to get there, I can help him. But that's what I love about you as a dad, because you ascended to some of the highest levels, and yet your sons transcended you. Like that, is that a drive thing? Is it a personal thing, or is it something that you imparted to them as well, or is a combination? What is that?
So it's a balancing act, right? One of the things I didn't want to do when I was coaching youth football, I could see I'm a visual learner, right? Mm-hmm. I'm really big on visually learning and hearing, just kind of observing my surroundings. And I pick up on things, and I saw some good signs of what I thought good parenting was, without me even interjecting myself in anybody's lives, because everybody's going to raise their kids the way they want to. It ain't up to me to tell you how to raise your kid, right? I was just there as a coach, right? So I would watch parents. I could see the parents that were just involved in a negative way. Mm-hmm. And I saw parents who had a good balance, right? Mm-hmm. They had a good balance of a push, but allowed the kid to kind of grow and fall on their own and learn on their own, but also interject when they needed to. And one of the things I saw at a young age is I saw some kids who I thought were really good. They quit as they got into high school because their parents were driving them like like crazy, like baseball. You know how baseball could be like. It's 150 games in the summertime sometimes.
Oh yeah,
they're on the road, they're going all the different tournaments, and you got dads and moms yelling at them, "Oh, you struck out and you let your team down!" Like, you know. Then I saw parents, "You didn't catch the ball, you missed a block." Like, kids already feel bad sometimes about the mistakes they make. They already know. So what I learned, what I tried to do is, there's a balance. You got to go hard, but you also have to know when to pull back. Let them go through what they're going through mentally. I clearly remember in basketball, E, when you were coaching the boys at Bellevue S, when they have success going to state and winning state titles, they would have some games where after the games, you know, they'd be missing free throws or maybe missed an easy layup. And there would be some parents when the game is over hammering their kids about, you missed that easy layup. You missed that easy jumper. You know, I tried to adapt the mindset when the game is over, because especially after a loss or something, you just have to be more like, yo, hey, good game. You guys want to go get something to eat? You know, let's go get something to eat. And
wait, with that, Clest, that's a learned lesson. Like, you have to learn. Like, you can't learn to wallow in the pit, right? So what you're teaching there is, by saying stuff like that, you have to learn how to wash, cleanse mind to be able to go to the next phase. Because if you drag that thing in with you, it's the same thing that I think that happened with what's my guy that with the Orlando Magic that he missed the free throws and he never was able to recover. Nick Anderson.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he carried that thing with him so heavy that to the point where he was not able to be the same player anymore because that thing weighed so heavy on him. That's a lesson. Talk to me about
Let me add this, Eric. Let me add this. That's a good example. But I also want to add this to all the parents that are watching, or if you know parents that have kids that are in sports. If you don't say nothing, right, after a kid, you know, maybe had a game that they didn't think they should have, if you don't say nothing and just be cheerful, great game, let's go get something to eat, let's celebrate the fact that you played the game, the kid will naturally just bring things up, right? Man, Dad, you see that call on the sideline? Man, I should have did. Like, the kid will naturally open the door for you most of the time, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes it might not even be that day. It could be the next day. It could be 2 days. But if you're just patient, it's on the kid's mind and they want to talk to you about it, but they just don't want to be bashed, right?
Yeah, they don't want to be browbeaten about it. Yeah.
So that's the thing that I really had to kind of focus in on, because they already had the pressure on themselves. Like an athlete that's focused and good at what they do, they're looking for perfection. They know all the mistakes they made. So naturally, they're putting pressure on themselves. That added pressure from you could break them, right? In the long run, or no, over a period of time of you doing that, it could break them, right? So again, you just got to know when. You got to know when to poke them, because listen, if you ask me, then that means you want to hear what I have to say, right? Right?
Yeah.
So if you never bring it up, that means, all right, well, I won't talk about it. If you want to talk about it, I don't want to talk about it. But if you bring it up to me, that means you open the door. You're allowing me to give my opinion there, right? So that's when we can really start having some good conversations, because I knew that they would ask me at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point. Good stuff. Again, if you want to interject into the conversation, jump on the stream, YouTube, Facebook, X, as well as Allo, channel 961 is where you can find us. We're not on the radio right now, but you can still text if you happen to have your phone, 402-464-5685. You can join in the conversation. And we're going to come back. The NBA Finals is starting, and it's on the way this evening. Probably by the time that we get off the show is when you'll be able to pick up that. It'll start in game 1 there in Oklahoma City. Looks like there's a storm brewing and storms brewing. They had a tornado, kind of they had to divert to Tulsa as they were making their way in. But they're there. The game is going to jump off. So who you got? Let us know on the stream as well. Who you got? How many games? And we're going to come back and talk about it, break it down a little bit, talk defense versus offense, number one versus number one. Who's going to win the series? And put it in there and let us know. We'll be right back. 937 The Ticket on the block. No, WTF.
Empower It's mentoring program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Life changes, and sometimes that means changing where you call home. Whether you're downsizing, growing your family, relocating, or facing tough times, you shouldn't navigate it alone. I'm Laura Bonta-Bush with Woods Rose Realty, and I'm here to guide you with all your real estate needs. As wife of football coach Bill Bush, I understand the importance of teamwork and making sure you are supported every step of the way with honesty, integrity, and compassion. If you're looking for a game plan to buy or sell your home, text the word HOME to 402-534-1919. That's HOME to 402-534-1919.
Staying healthy and comfortable starts with the air you breathe. If you're noticing more dust, odors, or allergies, it could be time for duct cleaning from Bryant. Pure Air starts with cleaner air ducts, pair with enhanced filtration and purifications options, and the difference is amazing. When the air you breathe is clean and fresh, your home smells fresher and your family is healthier. Time for cleaner air in your home? Call Bryant for a free estimate. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Lincoln's new craft cocktail lounge is Bar 48 in Lincoln. Located at 2639 North 48th Street, Bar 48 offers everything from cocktails to beer to wine and so much more. With summer right around the corner, you can always enjoy Bar 48's frozen beverages. Follow them on Facebook to stay up to date on their live music performances every Saturday night. Make plans to visit Bar 48 on North 48th Street in the heart of the University Place neighborhood today.
A1 Automotive's second location is now open at 5110 State Hill Drive, just off of Yankee Hill Road. The new location continues to specialize in all makes and models and provides personalized service as they have for 15 years. To honor the new store opening, A1 is offering $25 off any service over $300, $50 off services over $500, and $75 off services that total over $750, all through July 31st. Schedule your appointment today at a1autolincoln.com and visit their new location in South Lincoln at 5110 State Hill Drive.
Step into healing at Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery. Our team of top-notch medical professionals turns pain into progress with state-of-the-art treatments and compassionate care. Visit prairieortho.com and discover the difference in quality orthopedic and plastic surgery services tailored to your unique needs. Your health matters, and Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery is dedicated to helping you thrive. Reach your full potential. Embrace a better tomorrow with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery.
Is it time to replace your home comfort system? Call Bryant and save money in every way. Bryant provides you with solutions that save. Save big immediately with attractive rebates, and save every day with lower operating costs. Most important though, the systems are selected to fit you. The right system, priced right, properly installed. That's the way Bryant works for you. How much can you save? Call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing for a free estimate. 467-1111. Bryant, whatever it takes.
The weekend is here and you and the boys need a place to hang out after your day on the golf course. Lucky for you, that place exists at Liquid Assets Sports Bar and Grill in South Lincoln. The 19th hole at the course is great, but it doesn't have 30 TVs showing all sports with 23 beers on tap. You can enjoy all of that at Liquid Assets, as well as delicious smash burgers, wings, and much more. Don't end your hangout after the golf round ends. Get to Liquid Assets Sports Bar and Grill at 2755 Jamie Lane.
Back to We Talk Facts on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here are your hosts, Strick and Clester.
Back once again on WTF. We Talk Facts. Erick Strickland and Clester Johnson. Sibo and Stricky in the building. Thanks to Austin for holding down the fort for us, my on-the-block partner. We appreciate him for doing so. We also appreciate you for continuously listening to us. We have on the shirts today. Clester and I are both sharing the same shirts. I whisper WTF to myself like 20 times a day is one of the ones that you can pick up. Go to 93.7 or theticketfm.com, actually, theticketfm.com. Hit the shop button, go on the shop button, and then look for host specialty items. Host specialty items, go down, and there'll be a variation of different shirts that you can pick up. And for those, the first two that do so, Stricky will give you in that shipping, we'll give you a signed Mavericks picture from Stricky. And we again appreciate you guys for the love and everything. Now, back to our regular scheduled programming. Clester, it's jumping off tonight, man. One question before we get into the details of this finals matchup between Indiana Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder. The number one offense against the number one defense. Did you see it coming? Did you see this matchup? Like when it first started, who did you see? What was in your crystal ball, your magic 8 ball? What was twirling around in there?
So is it what did I see or what did I want? See that's the key right there. That's the key right there.
Well, give a tidbit for both.
You know, I don't know. My sons, if they watching this, they're going to definitely give me a hard time. But you know, it's coming towards the end of LeBron's career, right? And I'm just fascinated with the fact that he's been one of the only athletes that can defeat Father Time. So I really kind of wanted to see LeBron make a run. I did. I really did. And I wanted to see
that's on the West. So obviously you was rooting for the Lakers. Okay.
And I wanted to see I like dynasties, right? Like I like a team that is just really hard to beat. Like Golden State.
You wanted the old school. You wanted the old school Lakers Boston.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I wanted. I wanted to see Jason Tatum and rise up again and be like, okay, he is a force. He got dissed in the Olympics. He got a chip on his back along with Jaylen Brown. They have something to prove. Man, they came out and just laid a straight egg this year. So I'm like, I wanted to see Lakers against Boston. That's what I wanted to see against LeBron. I want to see LeBron go out because I think if LeBron wins the championship, I think he's gonna call it a day. I think that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Well, let's just stay there real quick before we go off into the discussion of what's going to happen tonight and what you think is going to happen tonight. Here's what I say. I think the window it stands at a crossroads right now. The window's cracked, and I still think they do have a shot. The window's cracked. You know what I mean? You know, back in the day, Cless, you used to be able to leave the windows open, put the old fan in the window. You know what I mean? But now you got to worry about Pookie Pooh Shiesty and Pookie #1 creeping in the window. You can't leave the window open like you used to back in the day, right? But the window's cracked. And here's why I say it's at a crossroads, because LeBron's got a decision he needs to make. And that decision is, am I going to opt in for that $58 million, or am I going to renew a deal at a lower amount? Because if he opts in at the 50, it takes them to tier 2, which eliminates them, because what they need is depth. They need depth. So that's they need actually a center, the quality center.
Yeah.
So it's going to eliminate the opportunity to stay at tier 1 to get the $14 million mid-level exception, which you can probably get a solid guy like a Nick Claxton or something like that, or you still can make a trade to get a Nick Claxton. But opting into that $58 million is going to be a hindrance. So we're going to really know if LeBron is capable of being on Jalen Brunson, who basically took $100 million Willie lump in order to make a good team. Their losing is really due to, this is another conversation, but their losing is really due to Jeff Van Gundy 2.0 in Tibbs. This is why he got fired, but that's another discussion. So we're going to see what LeBron is really about. Is it about legacy or is it about paperwork? Talk to me.
Man, LeBron, Eric.
He's a billionaire, I know. But what I'm saying is, if he takes the money, then that's going to tell you it ain't about really trying to win, right?
Listen, I'm telling you, Eric, these guys on that level, they got one rule. They got one rule only. And I think you've seen it. They don't go back in money. They don't give up the money. They make the organization adjust to them.
Yeah.
I would love to see LeBron. I mean, LeBron could take $38 million.
Fact. He's a billionaire. Fact. He makes
$38 million
with Nike in 1 year. He makes $30 million a year with Nike alone.
Give back $20 million. But I'm gonna tell you, I will be very surprised if he does. That's just what Rich Paul and them. That's not what they do. They don't. They're like, no, we gonna get our money. But
Rich Paul definitely gonna get his at 50, 58. So
absolutely. Yeah. But moving on to
let's talk about the series now.
Tonight's showcase, 2 smaller market teams in the finals. Are people excited about it? I'm excited about it because I'm a NBA enthusiast. I probably don't watch it as much, like sit down and just watch games all day, but I definitely will keep up with the highlights and I keep up with who's doing well, who isn't doing well. I definitely keep up with it. The thing that's scaring me, Eric, right now, and I need you to talk on this. The thing that's scaring me right now, whenever there is an overwhelming majority of people who are saying that one team is going to win, it ain't going to be that easy. Like and I know that the other team who are pro players, they're hearing the same thing. They're hearing, hey, you ain't got a chance, right? Like you ain't got a chance to win the series. They got too much depth. They got the MVP. They got all these things stacked against them. And that adds fuel to your fire. And I know it did for you. If someone told you you don't have a chance, what does that do for you? So that being said, you see the odds overwhelmingly for OKC. What do you say about what's going to happen? Throw out the numbers, Eric. Throw out the numbers.
Yeah.
But just pride. Talk about pride.
Yeah. When I look at it, when I really look at this series and I really look at the makeups of the team, I think they're more similar, Clester, than most people really give credit for them for being, right? I think Indiana's been underrated. I think they've been at this place similar on the other side, on the east side, similar to what OKC has done on the west side, but they just really weren't being talked about in the same manner. right? So when I look at both teams, one thing that makes them both similar is their depth. They're both deep teams. They both have the ability of different guys at different times capable of doing things that can elevate their teams to wins, like your Neesmiths, like your Nebharts, like your Kason Wallaces, like your one big pickup for them, which has been Caruso. So you have these guys that have capabilities. Now, what it's going to come down to is adjustments. Now, this is where I give favor to Indiana, because I actually think that what's Indiana's coach, Austin?
Carlisle.
Rick Carlisle. Rick Carlisle, he's been there before. He's been there with a team that has great depth. He knows how to make those adjustments. And I think if he does well there, that'll be a win. Second thing, before I let you get to it, there's a weakness in OKC's chink in armor, and they're a gap defensive team, which opens up corners for threes, which Minnesota missed a lot of, as to why Minnesota got exited. Indiana is one of the best corner shooting three teams in the playoffs as well as in the NBA. So if they're making those shots, they're going to give OKC problem. OKC is going to adjust, and then it's going to depend on what Nebhart, what Halliburton is able to do from the top, and also what the big fella is able to do as far as stretching them out. So that's where we're going to see where this game is won. OKC is going to be solid all the way across the board regardless. So they don't give you much room to make mistakes. And so this is why I say OKC in 6.
The only thing that scares me about this series, Eric, is OKC plays incredibly good defense. The best defensive team. You just mentioned the gaps, but I don't think you get to where they are, without also being able to make adjustments. All I know is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who's averaging right up, just a tip under 30. He can't have a bad game. Like they heavily depend on him, and he typically don't have bad games. I mean, the dude is incredibly smooth.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I like to see Indiana put a lot of pressure on him and make some of those other guys step up and win the game. That's kind of what I would do. I would try to keep the ball out of his hands. I mean, I wish I had what's the little guard's name? He's a pesky little defender. God, what is his name?
Nemhard?
No, he's not in this series. He's not in this series.
Oh, you're talking about Alvarado for the Pelicans. Drew Holiday?
Like a Drew Holiday. I would love for Indiana to get their best defender and just be up in his grill. Just make things harder for him, because I think that could have an effect on the game. It would force others on that team to be a leader, more of a forefront. So I'm just saying, if you could cut his scoring down by 5 to 6, I think that makes a big difference in the series.
Got you. Well, where do you see the series going? Who wins game 1? Because I actually think Indiana needs to get one of these 2 games. Otherwise, I think it's a wrap.
So OKC seems to be a very tough place to play.
Yeah.
I don't see Indiana winning the first game. I can see them adjusting and having a shot in the second game, but I think Indiana goes back home down 2-0.
All right.
That's what
there it is. We're going to come back. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back and give you a little bit of this or that. And we'll see what you like about that when we get back right here. WTF, we talk facts. Peace.
Now's the best time to lock in early order savings on a new John Deere planter from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Plan for success with the latest technology, including Exact Emerge high-speed planters that help you cover more acres with greater precision and productivity. Order your planter for next year now to unlock the biggest savings of the season. Contact your local Landmark location today and experience the Landmark difference.
Take control of your health with the DASH scan at Advanced Medical Imaging. The DASH scan is a full-body MRI designed for advanced health screening. This dynamic approach provides exceptionally sharp images across multiple organ systems, helping to detect potential concerns early. With minimal radiation and no invasive procedures, the DASH scan offers a safe, comprehensive look at your health. Plus, results are delivered faster than ever, giving both patients and physicians confidence in screening and diagnosis. Your health is too important to wait. Schedule your DASH scan today at Advanced Medical Imaging. Visit amimaging.com or call 402-484-6677 to learn more.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? You need an attorney you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Call Liberty Law Group and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Safety is always at the top of mind at Lincoln Electric System. The safety of our employees and the safety of our customers. It's National Safety Month. Visit les.com/safety for tips on all things related to electrical safety. If you're working in your yard, remember never to place landscaping, structures, and fences too close to above-ground electrical equipment. It's unsafe and could cost you financially. Visit les.com for a complete fence and landscaping installation guide.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at DoorsPlusLLC.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Fairway has fresh cut meats, seafood, cheese, wine, and spirits, and a friendly staff that's always ready to help you find what you need. Stop by Fairway Meat Market today to plan your weekly meals in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might be vulnerable, inefficient, or overspending. It's a game changer, and it's totally free. Claim yours right now at appliedconnective.com.
Muchachos has been serving Lincoln delicious pork, brisket, and chicken tacos for several years now, as well as Hatch Mac nachos and more. Muchachos also brings you close to the taste buds of your favorite local college athletes with NIL deals like the B3 burrito for Bella Bacon of Nebraska softball and many more. See a variety of different NIL options at Muchachos at 11th and K or order online at yomuchacho.com. Open 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday.
Back to We Talk Facts on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here are your hosts, Strick and Clester.
Thank you to Shauna Snyder for joining us and tapping in on the stream, YouTube stream. Thank you for that. We appreciate it as well. Bellevue West, Thunderbirds in the house. Yeah, she is a T-Bird. We appreciate you.
And she's a Colts fan.
Yeah, well, of course. That's why
Shout
she likes
out.
you. That's why she likes you. Unfortunately. Poor Austin was really sad today about what happened with the Colts, but we're gonna move on from that because you know why? It is a favorite time of the evening, the last segment here. We're gonna give it a little bit of this or that. Give me my theme music.
The choice is yours. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. You can get with this, or you can get with that. I think you go with this, but this is where it's at.
You heard him. This is where it's at. You can get with a lot of other shows. You can go a lot of other places. But when it comes down to it, this is where it's at because this is kind of fat. Clester Johnson, this or that. Where are we going today with a couple? We got to get Austin in the first time on this or that.
You know what, Eric? We're all over the board with this or that today. And we got time. Do we got time to get through them all?
We've got about 6-7 minutes.
Oh, yeah. We got plenty of time. But we're going to start off real easy. And then we're going to work into something that's going to make you think a little bit, okay?
Okay.
An easy one. Eric, are you a steak or a prime rib guy? Which one would you prefer?
Shout out to a place that me, and a good friend went to not too long ago out in Las Vegas. Carver Steak. Stricky likes that. Good steak.
You'd rather have steak over? Okay. This Austin, he got a preference?
See, prime rib is a Christmas Eve tradition at the Orman household. I love me some prime rib.
With au jus.
With au jus, bless you. But you know what? I think I got to go with steak too because it feels like it's a little more consistent, a little more accessible for guys like me. So prime rib has the nostalgia factor for me, but I think it's hard to pass up just a good old fashioned everyday working man steak.
That part. Now.
Prime rib all day.
I knew you was going to do that. I understood. Right. Butter and au jus. That's you.
Eric, if you had to pick a coast to live on, would you live on the East Coast or the West Coast? Where would you want to live?
If it came down to it, it would be the Southeast Coast.
East Coast? Okay.
The Southeast.
The Southeast Coast. Okay. But still, you still got to be on the East.
Yeah, unfortunate because anyway, let's move on.
I'm counting
Arizona. You know how I feel about that other side right now.
West Coast boy says, no thank you, I'm going back east.
I'm counting Arizona more as a West Coast area.
It ain't no coast, man.
Yeah, you're right.
That's why I would have said the same thing if you would have gave me that as an option.
Yeah. I'd probably
everything going from the south up that north. I don't want no parts of that.
All right. That's fair. Yeah. Okay, Eric. Let's get a little bit more in depth here.
We can go about what? Three more questions. Go ahead.
A good cigar.
Ooh, you already know the answer.
Or a good marijuana.
Next question.
Ouch.
WTF?
Which one?
You know I like a good cigar. You know I like a good cigar. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And we won't let my virgin ears over there. We won't let
All right, here we go. Eric.
Yeah.
Would you take $10 million, not knowing when your life expectancy is going to end, or would you take an extra 2 years on your life, but you don't know when your life's going to end, what would you take?
So I'm taking a 10 milli.
Okay.
Because I live in the presence. You know what I'm saying? I try not to look to the past, and I can't foretell because my name ain't Miss Cleo. I can't tell you what's going to be in the future. Austin?
I'm just taking the 10 mil.
10 milli.
Just straight up.
Stack it.
Better
I want
safe than
paper.
sorry.
Hey, you know what I like, Clester? I like money.
Money.
I like that money.
Okay, we got time for one more or two more. One more, two more. One more, two more.
One more. We got one more.
Okay, Eric. Do you prefer being in love, like deeply in love with someone? Or do you like just dating? Would you rather just a good dating life or in love?
I'm going to be honest. I actually love love. I think love is beautiful. You know what I'm saying? In all its forms, whatever it is, loving your kids, loving your family, loving your job, I just love love. And I think it's a beautiful thing when love is prevalent in the hearts and minds of those who are listening to us right here on WTF.
Can I throw in just a easy one, a quick easy one?
Quick easy.
I
know all love love, so yes.
For both of you guys, would you prefer an upset stomach or a bad headache?
I think I prefer the bubble guts. I think I prefer the bubble guts. I don't want my head pounding, bro. I had that happen. I got a story about it. I can't tell it because we don't got enough time. Austin, what you like?
I'm going with the headache. You boys had the gut issues before. Your boys been working through some stuff in a past life. So I am going to take the headache, and I'll take some Tylenol.
What about you, my boy?
I think we're 3 for 3. I'm gonna take the headache over the bubble guts. I'm gonna take the headache.
I'd much rather be able to go sit down and
wow.
You know what I mean? But we appreciate y'all for sitting down for a good hour with us right here on WTF. We talk facts. Go get your shirt. 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be back right here next week. Stricky will be out of town, but I will be here live and in color. Clester, we love you. Austin, thank you. We'll see y'all next week. Peace. We out.
Now's the best time to lock in early order savings on a new John Deere planter from Landmark Implement during the early order program. Plan for success with the latest technology.